With the summer season of anime almost over for the year 2017, I think it is about time for us to discuss what anime you should be on the lookout for next season. Of course, some of us are hyped for some of the sequels to return, however, I will not be listing any sequels within this video. This is simply just going to be a list of the new anime that will be dropping for the fall 2017 season. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Starting with one that I'm really looking forward to, and that is Kenos Journey. While not exactly a new anime, Kenos Journey will be returning with not a sequel, mind you, but with a reboot. The original anime came out in 2003, roughly around 14 years ago, and with critical acclaim became an instant cult classic amongst anime fans. Kenos Journey tells the story of a young girl named Kino and her talking motorcycle named Hermes, traveling across different countries with no destination in sight. What really made the original Kenos Journey so great was its way of storytelling and the themes and satires that it brought about concerning human nature, as well as several philosophies that can be discussed to this very day, as each and every different country that Kino comes across follows a specific set of rules, traditions, and customs, and it just overall provides a very thought-provoking anime. So for those of you who are looking for a down-to-earth anime that handles each episode as a thought experiment about a certain issue in ethics, religion, metaphysics, or even politics, look no further than Kenos Journey. Next up is the Ancient Magus Bride. This series recently got an OVA adaptation, but now it has officially gotten its own TV series. The plot synopsis reads, Hattori Chise has lived a life full of neglect and abuse, devoid of anything resembling of love. Far from the warmth of family, she has had her own share of troubles and pitfalls. Just when all hope seems lost, a fateful encounter awaits her, when a man with the head of a beast wielding strange powers obtains her through a slave auction. Chise's life will never be the same again. This man is a Magus, a sorcerer of great power who decides to free Chise from the bonds of captivity. The Magus then makes a bold statement: Chise will become his apprentice and his bride. The manga has a relatively positive score on My Anime List's website, and while this show might not particularly focus on the romance factor between the two characters for the most part, I'm pretty excited to see what this show could possibly offer to us, and it is definitely something that I think should be on the lookout for this coming season. Inuyashiki. Inuyashiki is about the story of an old man who seems to have only a bit of time left before he dies, when one day he is struck by a mysterious explosion in a public park. He wakes up unscathed by the attack, but soon finds himself completely different than what he used to be. The feel of this anime has been compared to other anime titles such as Ajin or Gantz, and I can definitely see the resemblance. So if any of you out there who have seen Ajin or even Gantz, or maybe even both, this is definitely a series that I think will be right up your alley, and definitely something that I think everyone should at least check out for this coming season. Next up is Osama the Animation, otherwise known as King's Game. The plot follows 32 high school students who all receive a strange text message on their cell phone one night, which welcomes them to the Osama game. The students are given tasks that must be completed within a 24-hour period, or else the price for failure means death. The plot of this series reminds me a lot of Battle Royale, and while I am intrigued to see what this anime will be like, I just hope it doesn't become as silly or as poorly executed as some anime that I watched a while back ago. If anyone is looking forward towards a shonen for next season, look no further than Black Clover. Black Clover tells the story of Asta and Yuno, who both aim for the dream of becoming the Emperor Magus. With Yuno being talented when it comes to magical abilities, and Asta who can't seem to use magical abilities whatsoever, the two set out on a quest as rivals aiming for the same dream. This series has been compared to Naruto in some cases amongst readers of the manga, but I'm still at least interested to see what this anime will offer. Studio Period will be animating the project, the team behind Twin Star Exorcist, Bleach, Naruto, and Boruto. With Studio Period's history of mixed opinions amongst anime fans, let's at least hope they will do the anime justice. The rom-com of the season will be My Girlfriend is a Faithful Virgin Bitch. Yeah, that's the actual name of the anime. The plot follows Haruka Shinozaki, who confesses to the beautiful class representative Akiho Kosaka, and to his surprise, she accepts. However, Kosaka does not understand the concept of dating, as while she takes it very seriously, she pragmatically suggests acts that are way too sexual. Personally, I think this could be a pretty funny series just due to the plot, but we'll just have to wait and see. However, if anyone is looking forward to a straight-up romance for this season, you might want to check out Just Because. Nearing the end of high school and students getting ready for graduation, the appearance of a new transfer student begins to change the lives of the high school students just as they are about to graduate. While the plot synopsis might be only a little bit to go off of, this could be entertaining if you are a big romance fan. Celebrating the 55th anniversary of Tatsunoko Productions, the studio behind Ping Pong the Animation, Casher and Sins, and a shit ton of other anime, Tatsunoko Productions will be animating a full 3D CG anime of Infinite T-Force. The story will follow an original take compared to the manga. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes down to the 3D CGI within this series, it actually looks pretty decent in my personal opinion. I know that CGI isn't really particularly that accepted amongst the anime fandom, but hey, I mean, when it comes down to series, if it at least has an interesting story, I can bear with the animation. But judging from what I saw with the trailer, I'm actually very interested to see what this series can be like, and the animation doesn't look half bad in my personal opinion. For this coming season, we have a few anime that are based off video games, but I chose to include Ideus, or however you pronounce it. I'm sorry, I'm not German. I'm sorry. Please don't scream at me in the comments. I decided to include this anime on this list because, well, I have actually played a bit of the visual novel, and it's actually kind of entertaining. The visual novel has a very positive score with a 9 out of 10 on Steam, and it's considered to have a very rich story. The plot synopsis reads, May 1st, 1945, Berlin. As the Red Army raises the Soviet flag, a group of Nazi officers conduct a ritual using the slaughter in the city to bring back the LDO, Supermen whose coming would bring the world's destruction. Their success remains unknown. Now fast forward to the present day, Suwahara City, Ren Fuji spends his days at the hospital due to a violent fight with his best friend, Shiro. He tries to value what he has left to him, but he is haunted by Shiro's words. Everyone who remains in this city eventually loses their minds, and a reoccurring dream of a guillotine, murderers, and the black-clad knights pursuing them. As I stated before, I haven't really played much of the visual novel, but it does seem very interesting but complex, so I don't really know what to expect when it comes down to this overall anime. But if there are any of you who want to try out and get a head start to understand a bit of the story before the anime comes out, there is a free version on Steam. If any of you who have played the visual novel, let me know in the comments down below on how it is, of course, without spoilers. Lastly, we have Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko, otherwise known as Girl's Last Tour. The anime is set in an apocalyptic setting in which civilization is dead, but two girls named Chito and Yuri are still alive. Day after day, they search for food and fuel for traveling in a world that is no longer the world they once knew. But as long as they have each other, they know they can make it through the obstacles that stand in their way. The anime seems to fall under the genre of a slice-of-life adventure series, and a slice-of-life series within a post-apocalyptic setting is actually pretty refreshing. Studio White Fox will be animating the project, the team that brought you Steins Gate, Re:Zero, and Akame ga Kill, just to name a few. The manga also has a pretty decent score, so I'm very interested to see what this anime will offer to us, and who knows, maybe it has the potential for a contender of anime of the season. But hey, maybe I am speaking too soon. That about does it for this video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about my list of anime that you should be on the lookout for this coming fall season. What did you guys think about the video overall? Are there any anime that were on this list that you are going to check out? If there wasn't, let me know what anime you are going to be watching in the comments down below overall for this coming season. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that red subscribe button down below if you're new to the channel and you want to see more. And also be sure to check out the description box down below for all my social media links, as well as my Twitter and Patreon, in case any of you are interested in supporting the channel for further videos to come. That about does it for this video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.